My name is Renee Lalonde, and today you'll be joining me as we explore the concept of Earth democracy, why we should consider uplifting this idea, and how to bring it into our classrooms. Just a little bit about me. I hold an MSc in Outdoor Environmental and Sustainability Education. I have several years of experience working in outdoor and environmental education, and I'm currently working towards the completion of my Bachelor of Education. My hope is to bring everything that we discuss in this video into my own classrooms one day. First thing we are going to talk about is the meaning of Earth democracy. Vandana Shiva, in her excellent book, Earth Democracy, Justice, Sustainability, and Peace, has helped me dive into the specifics of it. In short, Earth democracy is a worldview which centers the idea that the earth and land upon which we live has inherent value that deserves to be respected and listened to in its own right. While in a literal sense, the earth may not have the capacity to speak with us verbally, that does not mean that we as humans should ignore it. Aligned with many Indigenous pedagogies, Earth democracy recognizes that we are inherently connected to and dependent on the Earth. However, we hold no true ownership of it. This includes any monetary claims to nature as well. As quoted in Shiva's work by Indigenous Chief Seattle from the Suquamish tribe in 1848, how can you buy or sell the sky or the warmth of the land? The idea is strange to us. If we do not own the freshness of the air and the sparkle of the water, how can you buy them? The dominant worldview in which much of North American society predominantly resides contradicts the concepts within Earth democracy. Many view our planet as ours to conquer and extract resources from, often for monetary gain. Through this lens, earth, water, land, plants, animals, and more do not have a value beyond function and utility. Unfortunately, this is largely how we have ended up in the climate crisis that we currently face. I'm going to continue on this point again in a few minutes. Before we do so, I will also state that the principles of Earth democracy recognizes the value and necessity of diversity, both within nature and within cultures of people, and that respecting both diverse people and biodiversity can lead to sustainability, peace, and justice. It is no secret that we as humans struggle to maintain peace and civility with others, particularly those with differing backgrounds, worldviews, and perspectives. Therefore, by seeking to build a society founded in the principles of Earth democracy, we also seek to build a more peaceful and sustainable world. The largest thing you should take away from the concept of Earth democracy is connection. We are all interconnected to our fellow human beings, but also to the land upon which we live. Our Earth does not need us. However, we are entirely dependent on both each other and the Earth. Therefore, we should seek to include all voices when making decisions, particularly those who may be voiceless. We should especially not be excluding the Earth from decisions that we make directly about it, such as climate and environmental policies. This means that we need to make sure to make more conscious efforts to respect the value and dignity of our planetary home through both our individual and collective action.
This leads me to discuss the why of this session. Why should we consider the Earth as part of our democratic processes?
For starters, it's our only home. Even in fictional movies such as The Martian, life on another planet is simply not a feasible option. Earth is facing what's known as a triple planetary crisis, which includes three main interconnected issues that are causing detriment at an alarming rate, both to the planet and to us: climate change, pollution of land, water, and air, and biodiversity loss. And the real kicker is that all three, beyond any doubt, are human caused. Despite this knowledge, we choose to ignore it and instead debate about whether climate change even exists. This leads to incredibly delayed or non existent decision making when it comes to policies that affect the health of our planet and subsequently us. I could easily talk for much longer about this topic. However, we're here today to discuss solutions. So we know it's human caused. Yeah, obviously that's not great, but we also know how to mitigate it. And the solutions luckily lie also in the hands of humans. Through the lens of Earth democracy, the solution rests within our choice to begin to consider the Earth within our decisions and give our planet the ability to heal. The issues our planet faces are not going to get better until we start to take things seriously by giving our Earth a voice. Coming back to connection on a smaller, less panic inducing scale, we have much to gain from repairing our relationship with the Earth. There is research correlated with connection to the natural world and improved mental health, improved cognitive function, reduced stress, and reduced feelings of isolation. Additionally, deep and healthy connections with others also holds a plethora of benefits. Earth democracy is based on connection. So if we can rebuild our connection and awareness of our connection with Earth, It may also result in not only a more sustainable future for both the planet and ourselves, but a future that is more connected, peaceful, and overall happier. So, how can we make this happen? As educators, we should be particularly invested as our students are the people that are inheriting this planet and society and are the decision makers of the future. I'm going to go through several ideas of activities you can incorporate into your classroom to promote the development of Earth democracy. I will also include connections to the curriculum. Before we begin, I'm going to put these pictures in front of you, and I'm going to ask you to pause this video and reflect on how these images make you feel. Feel free to write this down if you are able. You can pause the video now and rejoin me once you've reflected. Welcome back. I know for me, looking at images of outdoor spaces is definitely not the same as being physically outdoors, but I find myself picturing that I'm in these spaces. I know that if I were to be sitting in a forest on a beautiful sunny day, I would be leaving there in a much better mood. That is the first step to integrating Earth democracy into your classroom. Take your students outside. Looking at a picture or simply discussing a concept can induce emotions, but it's simply not the same as experiencing the outdoors physically. It's hard to develop a deep level of care for something without taking the time to first build that connection. Making space for outdoor learning and opportunities for building that connection to nature is so crucial. An easy activity you can do that helps students build the connection to our natural world is sit spots. This is a very easy activity. All you need to do is go out into your schoolyard, have each student find somewhere to sit and observe. You can follow many prompts such as journaling, doing sense discoveries, or simply observing different things. However, my biggest recommendation is to have students return to the spot over the course of the school year. Many will find that a connection or bond forms quite quickly. Even if your schoolyard has little to no green space, simply being outside and sitting and connecting with their local community and environment has immense value. As for curriculum connections, based on prompts, you can connect this to a wide range of subject areas and expectations, such as science, math, art, language, and more. For example, a grade 3 class could go to their sit spots and consider the natural features of their surrounding community and consider some reasons why they think their community was developed there. To link with Social Studies Strand B, People and Environments Living and Working in Ontario, this would match with B1.1 describes the major connections between features of the natural environment of a region and the type of land use and/or the type of community that is established in that region. For more information on how to facilitate sit spots, you can go to Resources for Rethinking. Similar to a sit spot but moving, another activity that is just as versatile is the idea of community walks. If you don't have permission to go off property with your class, you can do schoolyard walks instead. Choose a route and follow it with your students as often as you are able. Similar to a sit spot, different props can be given during this activity, such as trying to spot different species of plants and animals, finding shapes or measurement activities to connect to math, playing phoneme I Spy to connect with language, and many more. Regardless of the topic of the walk, ask students to notice different things about it, such as how the route changes with the seasons, perhaps if there is more or less garbage, which is a great opportunity to bring along a bag and a pair of gloves so you can do a quick community cleanup. Basically, we want to really emphasize that connection to their local environment and community. Place-based learning is so incredibly important for the development of local connection and for building care to the local environment, which can eventually expand beyond. Here's a curriculum connection if you were to do the phoneme I Spy walk with your class. You could easily connect this to grade 1 language, which would be B2 Language Foundations for Reading and Writing Phonemic Awareness. The last activity that we're going to talk about would be to hold perspective discussions about different topics. Essentially, the main goal is to facilitate a discussion where students are assigned the viewpoint of a different perspective. This could be as simple as asking students whether or not we should plant more trees in the schoolyard. A student may receive the role of a squirrel, while another may receive the role of the principal. By placing themselves into different perspectives, this can broaden their appreciation for diverse worldviews and thoughts, while also developing critical thinking skills. Activities such as this give students the skills to critically analyze the world around them, while still respecting different decisions. Being able to listen respectfully to different perspectives allows you to become more open-minded in general, and allowing students to see through the eyes of the natural world will also help them to sympathize, aligning with Earth to democracy principles. Again, this can be applicable to a wide range of topics. If you were to do this tree talk where some of the students are talking about habitats for squirrels, you could easily connect this with your grade 4 class to the Strand B Life Systems Habitats and Communities unit. The specific expectation could be B1.1, assess positive and negative impacts of human activities on habitats and communities while taking different perspectives. Overall, this is only the tip of the hopefully not melting iceberg when it comes to activities that promote Earth democracy within the classroom. For more resources, I highly suggest platforms such as Resources for Rethinking, Natural Curiosity, Green Learning, Learning for Sustainable Future, Eco Schools, the Outdoor Learning Store, and more. It is for the benefits of our planet, our society, and of course, our students. As educators, we have a responsibility to engage and empower our students to make informed democratic decisions, as they will be inheriting a planet in urgent need of change. My hope is that this resource can ignite a desire within our fellow educators to help our students grow into agents of sustainable change. In order to uphold the rights and dignity that our Earth deserves, we must first educate ourselves and each other about why and how to care. Through this education, we can perhaps enact democratic change by developing a society that prioritizes the well being and health of the only home we have. Thank you for listening to this presentation, and let's work together to uphold Earth democracy.